Yeah, look at that. Look at that crowd that have come out to see her. Maybe near 30,000. You'd be disappointed if there wasn't at least 30,000. But it looks great. It feels great. And there she is. We're going to go behind the gates in just a moment to Bernadette Cooper. I think she's going to have a chat to James Doyle. What are these other jockeys thinking? How do we beat her? How can we beat her?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if anyone wants to tactically go around her or anything like that.
Sense of Occasion third in the Doncaster backing up. And here she is, walking into the gates. WINX is in, and it's time to join Darren Flindell for the $4 million Queen Elizabeth.
Oliver goes up. Sense of Occasion to join them. Harlem and Singing are the last two. Been told that Singing will go back after the start. We'll see where the early speed is. Singing goes up. And they're all set now. This is it, the grand final of Australian racing, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes racing. And WINX jumped as well as anything. Hartnell jumped well off the inside, but no doubts pushing on from the outside. Happy Clapper's going forward as well, so it's no doubt. And Hartnell in the early stages, and Happy Clapper goes into third. The United States improving. WINX jumped well, but Bowman happy to let her drift back now on the outside of Exospheric. A length further back to Sense of Occasion. Then Harlem and Singing's been taken back to last. It's no doubt in front, but Hartnell's punching through on the inside, 3/4 away. The United States up on the outside. Happy Clapper just being eased out of that battle, back into fourth. 3 lengths further back to the mighty mare WINX. She sits on the outside of Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion from Harlan, and Singing is the last one. So no doubt the real roughie of the field leads from the United States in the money last year, and it's found its position in second. Hartnell third, a length off to Happy Clapper. 2 further back to WINX, just shading Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion from Harlem, and Singing is the last one. They're running along at even splits. 1,000 metres out, no doubt in front, by a length and a half to the United States. Hartnell a lot closer in the run today. Looks as though Doyle's coming off the fence on Hartnell. He is. He's put the United States 3 deep, so there'll be no hard luck stories for Hartnell today. Then Happy Clapper. WINX is out 3 wide. She's starting to inch a little bit closer on the outside of Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion Singing, and Harlem's back last, no doubt in front. Hartnell, he's having his 7th clash with the great mare today, and Doyle's the first to make the move on Hartnell. Gets a length in front of the United States, but here she comes around the field of WINX. Bowman hasn't moved a muscle. Doyle has on Hartnell. Here she comes, WINX. Moves up on the outside of Hartnell. Then the United States and Happy Clapper. But away she goes now, WINX, in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She's put 2 lengths on Hartnell. Then Exospheric, Sense of Occasion. She's racing royalty, this mare. There's 17 in a row. The grandstand shaking. She wins it by about 4.5 to Hartnell. Sense of Occasion third, the United States fourth, followed then by Happy Clapper. Good margin back to the other quartet. Exospheric, no doubt. Harlem and Singing's last in.
The WINX show just keeps rolling along. Listen to the crowd. They cheered from the time she jumped away from the gates. And they're still cheering. Huey Bowman, never a moment's worry. Her arch rival, if we can call Hartnell that, because he's never got close enough to her, but he's run some seconds. I think that's his 4th. He gets second. Occasion has run out of its skin to finish third in front of the United States.
What can you say? What can you say? Just enjoy the moment and just look at everyone here, and they won't leave these grandstands for a while until she leaves the enclosure, because everyone wants to lay eyes on a champion.
Okay, here is Bernadette Cooper with the man of the moment, Hugh Bowman.
Thanks, Greg. I was just saying to Huey, you just don't even know what to say anymore. She's just that magnificent, Hugh.
She's just so dominant. And you know what, there wasn't a lot of pace on paper. I wouldn't say it was a high-pressure race today. It was, everyone found their spot and even slowed it up mid-race, and you know, it was a bit of a sprint home, and I don't think you see the best of her when it's that sort of race. I mean, she's still good. She wheeled past them at the top of the straight, and she's still let down, but honestly, I think when she gets in a high-pressure race where, you know, there's a lot of pace from the start, like there was in last year's Cox Plate, that's when you see the best of her. But what a supreme athlete she is, and what an honour it is just to be a part of her career.
Obviously, this race is named in honour of Her Majesty. She's an avid racegoer, as you know. What are your thoughts on thinking about she could be actually watching you?
Well, I hadn't given it much thought, to be honest, but I'm sure she'll be very impressed if she saw this horse race.
And how about the crowd? No doubt you could hear them a long way out.
I could, and, you know, I don't hit it too often, but I wanted that supreme effort today, the grand final, and when I gave her one, she extended again, and I could really feel the crowd's love for her. And she's just, look at her, she's just a supreme athlete. She's an ultimate professional, and I love her.
Enjoy the moment. Well done, Hugh.
Thank you.
Part owner Peter Tighe is with me down here. You admitted to nerves every time she goes around. Today, maybe a little bit more. Is the pressure starting to get to Team WINX?
It does, Greg. I think we talk ourselves into being nervous, and we worry like hell all week. It builds up, and then we come to the track. Chris has done everything right. Huey's just a consummate professional. He just does everything super right, and after she wins, we think what we're worried about. So it's a funny feeling, but it's just exhilarating.
Well, take us through what you were thinking today when she was pushed out onto the turn as Huey started to make her run out in clear running. What were you thinking about?
Oh, look, she looked to be handling it well. Huey had her well under control. The other horses were doing their best to get away, and I don't think they were. So it's just fantastic. Look at the crowd. They're just unbelievable. I can't believe it. This is something that, you know, is once-in-a-lifetime stuff.
You buy a horse and she becomes the greatest in the world, and thousands want to come out and watch your horse.
Mate, you can't even imagine what it's like. I'm telling you, we buy a horse and we dream, and like everyone else, we just dream and dream and dream. And to get to this stage is just like, there's a lot of work in behind it. I mean, it doesn't happen. You know, she takes a lot of work to get her where she's been, and Chris Waller is a genius, and coupled up with Huey Bowman, you just can't beat the two of them. When they're on song with a good horse, they're brilliant.
Go and welcome her back in, mate.
Thanks very much.
Good on you, Peter. Peter Tighe, she's coming back to a royal reception here at Randwick, and she deserves that. That gentleman there is Richard Treweek, one of the part owners. There are 3 part owners, Debbie Kapitas, Peter Tighe, and this man, Richard Treweek, who Peter was telling me just before the race, he's raced many horses with. They've all been winners. Huey's just going to take this in for a little bit longer. He doesn't want to go back in. Maybe she doesn't. I think she wants to take in all the adulation as she comes back to scale. We're going to talk to one of the owners here who is the little known of the 3 owners. Richard Treweek, congratulations.
Thank you. What a win.
Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I enjoyed it very much, but I find it hard to all believe. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't she look beautiful?
She's yours.
Yeah. She looks beautiful. Chris Waller, Hugh, and the staff, we're very fortunate in having them.
Well done, Richard. Well done, Debbie. And Peter Tighe and also Chris Waller. We'll come back and have a chat to Chris in a moment.